If you're Harry and Meghan, of course, you did hope that when you signed on for that mega deal with a streaming giant, everything that you offered would simply turn to gold. I mean, after all, you are a former member of the British monarchy. And normally when they sign you up for these things, of course, as we all know, if you work in the media, they love you, they gush, they tell you you're brilliant, do what you want, come to our table with all your ideas. And then, of course, they decide that they don't like their ideas and they're going to tell you exactly how to make the programmes that they wish you to make. This now is going to be one of the problems that is facing the former royals known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So let me explain. As we know, Prince Harry very famously popped up on the Oprah Winfrey Show to explain that really he'd only signed on for the deals with the streaming giant simply because he needed the money. Wasn't really a great auspicious start, was it, when you think about it, to go on camera and say, well, actually, I wasn't that keen, but, just needed the money. And really it said a lot about exactly the sort of thought process that they'd both gone through in order to secure money. I mean, you would have thought before they decided to Megxit, they would have come up with an idea which basically said this is how we will fund ourselves for the next year or two. But we already heard about that, didn't we? Because Prince Charles was funding them. Now, cast your mind back around about 9-10 months, and do you remember when Harry and Meghan decided to do this? That's right, they popped up, didn't they, for that fake royal tour, sort of, in New York City, and everybody was perplexed. I mean, they were meeting the mayor of New York City, they were popping to see memorials, that sort of stuff. It was the royal tour that apparently they said they decided to leave behind because they didn't want to become royals or working royals or whatever, part-time royals, you take your pick, which either way they decided that they wanted to get out. And we also noticed that there was a film crew with them throughout, and of course both of them were wearing microphones. Great speculation at the time. What was all that about? What on earth could they be possibly recording? Well, as ever, we have to say allegedly, but this was yet another idea, if you like, the world of Harry and Meghan, not a reality show, but something that they could have shared their good deeds, their good work with via the streaming giant, or indeed someone who wanted to take it on board. But the problem is, it's not enough just to meet people, however substantiated they may be, and more importantly, climbing up the ladder of power. Unless it's powerful to the worldwide audience, they really don't care. So according to that good source, the idea really was to sort of film interviews, take their sort of side of it from what they were seeing, for instance, the 9/11 memorial, meeting with the mayor, that sort of stuff. And then we had Meghan reading to those children, do you remember, in that designer outfit out in Brooklyn. But really, it's not enough to make a programme. This apparently was a taster teaser to see exactly how things could be developed should they wish to go down that route. Well, as we now know, it's all changed over at Netflix. Times are hard, shareholders are demanding more for their money, and people are leaving in droves, subscribers that is, because A, it's a little bit too expensive now for what it used to be, and now you can get all manner of different services. Plus the fact they gave a substantial amount, not all the money you've read, but a substantial amount to the former royals. So moving forward, where does that leave that particular footage now for Harry and Meghan out in New York? Well, seemingly still in the can, as they famously say. But Harry and Meghan are very hopeful moving forward that somebody, somewhere, would like to see exactly the behind the scenes of Global Citizen, and more importantly, what went on, really, in New York City. Given the fact that Netflix passed on Pearl, I do hope it won't be 3 times lucky for the ex-royals. It's a tough world in TV, let me tell you. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.